योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्ताम् सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यां च हस्तच्चरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. The second verse of Vishnu Sahasranama is Pudatma Paramatma Cha Muktanam Paramagadihi Avyaya Purusha Sakshi Kshetraknyokshara Eva Cha. So the words, the padas in the second verse are Bhutatma, Paramatma, Muktanam Paramagatihi, Avyaya, Purusha, Sakshi, Kshetraknyo, Akshara. So the meaning of Bhutatma is, Bhuta means pure, Atma is soul. So the pure Atma, pure soul. Of course, the Atma is pure. For all of us it is, because it's the nature of the Atma. It is pure only. But then, why is Bhagavan Vishnu known as Bhutatma? Because his mind is so pure and the nature, the real nature of the Atma is reflected as such in his mind. And he reveals the pure nature of the Atma. But for all of us, it is the nature of the Atma is hidden by layers and layers of impure impressions, desires, all the greediness, jealousy, everything, all the impressions, they cover the real nature of the Atma. But for Bhagavan Vishnu, the real nature of the Atma is reflected as such in the mind. And so, Bhagavan reflects the real nature of the Atma because he is Parabrahman. Even though he has created the three gunas, the gunas doesn't play any trick on him. And he is not attached by the nature. He is not swayed away by Maya. He knows about it and he keeps a distance from it. So the real nature of the Atma is revealed in him because he has the pure mind and he is the pure Atma, Bhutatma. The next word is Paramatma. Bhagavan Vishnu is the Paramatma. Param means supreme, Atma means soul. So Paramatma means Bhagavan Vishnu as Antaryami, as Atma. He is residing in all of us. He is that Paramatma who is residing as Atma in all the living beings. There is nothing in this world other than the Atma. There is nothing in this world other than his existence. It's why all this entire creation exists in that existence. So he said is Paramatma. And the difference between Paramatma, Brahman, there is no difference. There is only one supreme consciousness. And the Advaita philosophy people, they call that supreme consciousness as Brahman. And the other philosophy people, that is Bhaktas, everyone tell that supreme consciousness as Paramatma. It is the Atma which is present in all of us. Just like there is no difference between Atma and Paramatma. It is the individual concept and the universal concept, and there is no difference as such. Now we feel a difference, but when we understand, realize the truth, there is no difference in it. For example, we see the open sky through the window of our house. So we can see only a limited portion. That is also the sky, the same nature, the same guna of the sky is there. But when we go out and see that sky, it is so infinite, isn't it? Is it the different sky? No. It is the same sky with the same nature, same guna, everything, color, everything is same. Only thing, from inside our house, we have a limited vision. limited vision of the sky, of that infinite sky. But when we go out, we can see the entire sky, the infinite sky we will realize. So just like that, Atma and Paramatma, there is no difference. From the individual concept, it is said as Atma, but from the universal concept, it is said as Paramatma. So, Paramatma, he exists in all the beings as Atma, and he is the Paramatma. Paramatma transgress the concept of Kala, that is time. Paramatma doesn't have past, present, or future, and he is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent. It exists on its own. Paramatma doesn't need any support. It exists on its own. And Acharya writes, Karya Karana Vilakshano Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupa. That is, it is beyond Paramatma, is beyond any cause or effect. Nitya, it is Yava, Shuddha, pure, Buddha, intelligent, Mukta, free, and it is its nature, Swarupa. It is of that so pure nature, so subtle, and the entire creation is based on him. It is not accessible to the five senses or the mind or the intellect. So it's beyond everything. That is, it's beyond cause and effect. Then what more to say? So that is Paramatma. Bhagavan Vishnu is the Paramatma. Muktanam Paramagadihi. That is when a person attain bhava, either by bhakti, by meditation, by jnana, or by yoga, whatever path he selects, if a person attains bhava, then he is not, then there is no rebirth for him. He attains a supreme state. Muktana Paramagadihi. From what does it he attain this mukti? From the samsara, from the birth and rebirth. So from the birth and rebirth he attains mukti, and by constantly thinking about the Bhagavan. If he is a bhakta, then he will think about his gross form of Mahavishnu. If he is a Jnani or any other person belonging to any other philosophy, then he will think about the abstract nature of Bhagavan, the abstract concept. Whatever it is, a person when he attains Bhagavan Vishnu, then there is no rebirth for him. He attains the Paramagati, that is the supreme state. He is liberated from this samsara, that is birth and death, this repeated cycle of birth and death. He is liberated from this. He is liberated from the prarabdha karmas and all the karmas, and he attains the supreme state, and he is not born again. So that's the meaning of Muktanam Paramagadihi. For the person who attained liberation, for him Paramagati, that is supreme state. He remains in that supreme state forever. The next word is Avyaya. Avyaya means that which is beyond destruction. It cannot be destroyed. When will an object or anything, matter, be destroyed? When will it undergo the process of destruction? When it is a combination of the five elements, all the matter you see in this world, all the objects, or the combination of the five basic elements. So by time, they just disintegrate, they just go apart. It just goes apart. And by time, it decay and disintegrate, and they undergo the process of destruction. But Bhagavan Vishnu, he is beyond these five elements. He created these five elements. That's why the acharyas say all our bodies are made of the five elements, but Bhagavan, his body is made of the Chaitanya, his form is made of the Chaitanya Rupa, and you can say that aprakritika. It is beyond Prakriti. He takes form without using the five elements. The pure consciousness, condensed form of pure consciousness. So that is Bhagavan. And he is not subject to destruction. He doesn't undergo the process of destruction because he is beyond all that. Only when there is the combination of the five elements, by time they disintegrates and they undergo the process, that is the six stages of change. Any object in this matter, they undergo the six different stages of change. That is, it exists first, then it is born, growth, mature, decay, and destruction, disintegration. But Bhagavan Vishnu, he is beyond all that. So he is said as Avyaya. And not only that, he is so subtle. When something is gross, then it undergoes the process of destruction. But he is so subtle, infinite, there is no another thing to destroy this. So he is said as Avyaya. And the Upanishads say Bhagavan as Achara. Achara means does not move, immovable. How will it move? If it is Bhagavan Vishnu is infinite. When something is finite, there will be extra space and it can move. See, I can move my hand because there is some space in the surrounding me, so I can move my hand. But Bhagavan, he is infinite. Where will he move? Achara, Amara, immortal, Avyaya. He is beyond destruction. So Bhagavan Vishnu, he is beyond destruction. One who is beyond destruction is said as Avyaya, and it is Bhagavan Vishnu. The next word is Purusha. In three ways you can give the meaning for this word Purusha. First is Purusheti iti Purusha. Pura means is city. This body is said as a city and it has 9 gates. The 9 gates means the 9 openings. That is the openings, the 2 eyes, the 2 nostrils, the 2 ears, the mouth. So 7 came there itself. Then the excretory and genital organs. So these are the 9 openings, gates of this Pura called body. So Bhagavan, he dwells in this body. He is present in this body. One who is present in this city of 9 gates, he is said as Purusha. Purusheti iti Purushara. The next meaning is Purayati iti Purushara. Pura means Purnam, complete. It is so complete, infinite. Bhagavan Vishnu is infinite. He is so complete. He doesn't have any part or anything. He is complete, infinite. And so he is said as Purusha. The other meaning is Pura Asti Iti Purushara. Pura means ancient. He is so ancient. He is there before this creation came into existence. He was there then itself. Before we all came into existence, the human race itself came into existence. He was so ancient. He was then, from then on, he was there, and still he is there. And in the future also, he will be there. Pura asti iti purusha. He is so ancient, and so he is said as Purusha. So, by the three meanings, Bhagavan Vishnu is said as Purusha. Purusheti iti Purushaha, Purayati iti Purushaha, Pura asti iti Purushaha. And by common parlance, we say Purusha represents the masculine gender. But Atma doesn't have any gender. All this gender difference is only with the physical body, and because of the prarabdha karma, we take either a male body or a female body. That is according to a prarabdha karmas. It is only up to this physical level. And because of this, because of the conditioning of the society, conditioning of the family, and the conditioning of the people around us, we have a mindset because of this body. After that, the intellect, Atma, all this doesn't have this gender bias or gender difference. Atma is pure. It is the supreme consciousness, and so you cannot Purusha. When you say Purusha, one must not take this idea as the masculine gender. It is indicates that supreme consciousness, which is indwelling in this body as Atma, and he is Bhagavan Vishnu. And the next word is Sakshi. Sakshi means we all know it is witness. When will you say something as Sakshi? When it observes and does not involve in it. A person is said as a Sakshi when he observes something, observe the action without involving in the action. Just like in the last video I said, just like watching the flow of traffic in front of from our balcony of our house. When we just observe, we can observe many things. But if we involve in it, we will not observe that much things. Because then we will be biased. If you are biased, suppose if I watch a particular color car, then I will not recognize, I will ignore all the cars of different other colors. For example, if I like a red color car and I'm watching for a red color car, then all the other color cars, it will not come into my notice itself, isn't it? I will be just chasing that color car. Just like that, if a person is involved in an action, then he is not an observer because he will lose all the other things. He will not notify all the other important things. But a Sakshi, a person who is a Sakshi, he will observe everything. Nothing will go without his notice. Bhagavan Vishnu, as Atma, who is present in us, he is the Sakshi of all our actions. Bhagavan Vishnu is the Sakshi of all our actions, of all the beings, not only for a single person, for all the beings, he is the witness of our action. So, Bhagavan Vishnu, he is not somewhere else. He is in us as the observer, observing all our actions without passing comment or without slandering anyone, without criticizing anyone. That is the meaning of Sakshi. So, Bhagavan Vishnu is the Sakshi of all the beings. And all this he does without leaving his own Swarupa, without being attached to the action. He remains in his own Swarupa and he observes every being, action of every being. Then next is the word Kshetrajna. This is a very deep word, profound word. We have to analyze a little bit. Acharya writes, Kshetram Shariram Janati iti Kshetrajna. That is, one who knows that Kshetra is the Kshetrajna. And Kshetra is the body. Kshetram Shariram. One who knows the body or one who knows the Sharira, which is otherwise said as Kshetra, he is the Kshetrajna. And in the Bhagavad Gita also, Bhagavan Krishna in the chapter 13, verse first sloka, Bhagavan Krishna says, Shri Bhagavanuvacha idam shariram kaunteya kshetramityabhidhiyate yedatyo vetti tam prahuhu kshetrajna iti tattvavid. That is, this body is called the kshetra. And he who knows it is called the knower of the kshetra, that is kshetrajna. Very clearly, Bhagavan Krishna say this in the Bhagavad Gita. So, what is this kshetra? Bhagavan itself said it is the body. So, what is it, the body? Is it the physical body alone? No. What we see with our eyes is the physical body, that is the gross body. That is only one part of the human being, just a part. This body is the combination of three bodies and five sheaths, that is the five koshas. This external body is known as the Sthula Sharira or gross body. It has another body inside it, that is the Sukshma Sharira or Linga Sharira or subtle body. And behind it is the Karana Sharira or causal body. The gross body which we see with our naked eyes is it is the combination of the five elements, and it grows and decays by food, annam. And the first sheath, Annamaya Kosha, is in this gross body. In the subtle body, there are three koshas or sheaths or layers, you can say. The Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, and Vijnanamaya Kosha. The Pranamaya Kosha, which is otherwise said as the energy body, it has the Pancha Pranas. That is the Prana, Apana, Vyana, Samana, Udhana. All these Pancha Pranas are in the energy body, that is in the Pranamaya Kosha. It also has the seven chakras, that is the energy points. There are many energy points in the energy body, that is in the Pranamaya Kosha, but these seven are very important. And these seven chakras are the Mooladhara Chakra, Swadhisthana Chakra, Manipuraka Chakra, Anahata Chakra, Vishuddhi Chakra, Ajna Chakra, and Sahasrara Chakra. The Sahasrara Chakra is just 1 centimeter or some distance above the top of our head. So these are the seven chakras that are in line in the center of the body, and the Sushumna Nadi, it passes through these seven chakras. The cosmic energy in the form of a coil that is 3.5 circles, that it as a small coil, it lies dormant in the Muladhara chakra. A yogi, by doing pranayama or by different yogic practices, he awakens that Kundalini Shakti, that concentrated form of energy in the form of the coil lying in the Mooladhara chakra is said as the Kundalini Shakti. A yogi, by his yogic practice or by pranayama, he awakens the Kundalini Shakti, which all the time it will be dormant. So, by the yogic practices, it is awakened. And it passes through these seven chakras. It goes up to these seven chakras. When it touches each and every chakra, the yogi has a different feeling, different understanding. He understands the many subtle concepts of this creation. When it touches each chakra, he has a unique experience. And the yogi's life passes through the Sahasrara chakra that is on the top of the head. That is the liberation for the yogi. So this Kundalini Shakti passes through that, and it joins the universal cosmic power, universal cosmic energy. So all these together, they make the Pranamaya Kosha. And these chakras means they are actually not in the form of exact wheel. Chakra means wheel, not in the exact form of chakra. They are in the form of triangle only, mostly. So this energy body, the Pranamaya Kosha, it also has the subtle karmendriyas, the karma organs, that is the organs of action, or in the physical body, but the power behind these organs, it is in the Pranamaya Kosha. So the Pranamaya Kosha is very close to this physical body, and all the physiological functions of this gross body is from the Pranamaya Kosha. That is what when the thirst we feel, The hunger we feel, breathe because of pranamaya kosha. We have that energy because of that pranamaya kosha. Digestion, so that important is pranamaya kosha. And the next kosha in the sukshma sharira is the manomaya kosha. Manomaya kosha, in it all the impressions are there, mental impressions are there, and apart from it, it has the jnanendriyas, that is the sense organs. They are in the physical body, but the subtle power behind the sense organ, the jnanendriyas, are in the manomaya kosha. And not only in the manomaya kosha, the jnana indriyas, the part of jnana indriyas are also in the vijnanamaya kosha. Vijnanamaya kosha is the intellectual sheath. And it is that is the jnanendriyas, they share both the manomaya kosha and the vijnanamaya kosha. So these three koshas, that is these three sheaths, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, these three form the subtle body. And the subtle body, it has 17 tattvas, that is the 5 pranas, pancha pranas, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas, manas, mind, and buddhi, intellect. So these 17 form the subtle body. The next is the karana sharira, and it is also said as the causal body. In this Karana Sharira is that basic impression of individuality, the Ahankara, I is there. It is the basic of impression of that individuality which gives us that individual power, I. This, because of this Ahankara, we feel that we are different from that Brahm, we are different from Brahman. So it is in the causal body, that is the Karana Sharira. Along with it are the Prarabdha karmas. They are also in the Karana Sharira. That is, because of these Prarabdha karmas, we have taken this birth. And so that Kosha is said as the Karana Sharira. Karana for this birth. Karana Sharira or causal body. So a Sharira means, or a Kshetra means, these 3 bodies and these 5 sheets, koshas. So this together is known as the Kshetra. This is very well explained in Viveka Chudamani, in the Taittiriya Upanishads, and many Vedantic texts it is referred. So Kshetra means not only what we see as this physical body, because by understanding the physical body, even the people who practice medicine, they know better about the physical body. But that doesn't mean that they know about the personality of the person, their karmas, their attitude, mentality. So, on a complete person is known only by knowing these 5 layers, that is the 5 koshas and the 3 bodies. So, this together is said as the Kshetra. Bhagavan Vishnu is the Kshetrajna. He knows about these 3 bodies and 5 koshas of all the beings. All the beings as this have this 5 koshas and 3 bodies, but in many of the beings other than the human body, some of them are dormant, they are not active, but only in the human being it is all of them are active. And Bhagavan Vishnu, he knows this kshetra. Kshetra means this 3 bodies and 5 sheets. Jna means jnana, knowing. Kshetrajna means one who knows the kshetra. So Bhagavan Vishnu, he knows the kshetra of all the beings, and he is said as the kshetrajna. Not only that, the temple culture in Hinduism is based on this kshetra and kshetrajna. Kshetra means that is the outer structure of the temple. It is then said as kshetra, and the kshetrajna is that main deity in the temple who is in the sanctum sanctorum, the main deity. When we pass through this, when we enter the temple, it is said that we are just entering in the body of Bhagavan. It is assumed like that. And when we worship the main deity there, we automatically connect with our Atma. We might have observed that when we go near Bhagavan, we automatically close our eyes. That is, we are taken inward and we connect with Atma. Gradually, this will make our mind pure and it will give us the strength and intelligence to crack our difficulties in life, to crack our difficulties arising from prarabdha karmas. And some of the temples that follow the tantric way of worship, tantric way of puja, they will be very strict. The authorities there will be very strict because construction itself and the order of puja and the way they do puja, if we do anything wrong, then that will directly affect our chakras. So they are so strict and they have very stringent rules entering in such temples. The temples, they follow the tantrika way of worship or tantrika way of puja. So that's the main concept behind the temple culture of in Hinduism. Actually, in the temple culture itself came after in the Puranic period. At the beginning, in the Vedic period, there were no temples. Because all the people they know to meditate on the self, and they meditate on the self, and they know how to liberate themselves. So the temples were not necessary then, but now the people have become so gross and they have become so materialistic. And without these temples, we will not be able to realize the self at all. So, for that purpose, the temple culture came into existence in the Hinduism. The knower of the kshetra is the kshetrajna. Kshetra means body. Body not only means the physical body, the three bodies and the five layers. Now, the last word in this verse is akshara. Shara means destruction, destroy. Akshara means beyond destruction. That which is beyond destruction is akshara. Bhagavan cannot be destroyed. He is beyond destruction because he is infinite. And I said he is non-dual. See, there is no combination of elements in Bhagavan. He is non-dual. He is so subtle. If it is gross, then we can destroy. He is so subtle. And he is beyond destruction. It is almost the same meaning like Avyaya, beyond destruction. And I have read in history when some other people, when they invade India, the first thing they do is destroy the temples. Of course, it may hurt the beliefs and the feelings of the people who are attached to that temple, but they cannot destroy Bhagavan. They do it for the purpose of destroying the Bhagavan and destroying Hinduism itself. How is it possible? Bhagavan is beyond all that. And they have a feeling of satisfaction that they have destroyed Bhagavan. That's all. But Bhagavan is beyond any destruction, or he is Akshara, imperishable. Nothing can destroy him because he's so subtle. So, Bhagavan Vishnu, when we worship him in the gross form, the bhaktas in the beginning stage, they meditate on the gross form of the Bhagavan. But after a certain level, we have to understand his nature. We have to understand his abstract nature. That will be helpful for us to go beyond this bondage of life. So that is the second verse of Vishnu Sahasranama, and I will continue explaining Vishnu Sahasranama in my next video. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. ॐ तत्सत्.